If you're over 40 and you feel tired even after sleeping, heavy even when you eat less, and slower than you remember being, I want you to relax for a moment. You're not imagining this, and you're not failing. Your body is talking to you, and for the first time, someone is actually going to explain what it's saying. Most people reach their 40s and quietly start wondering if this is just how life feels now. They wake up tired, they lose motivation, their body feels stiff, their weight becomes stubborn, and everyone around them repeats the same phrase. This is normal. You're getting older. But here's the truth. That explanation is lazy, and it's incomplete. Your body did not suddenly stop working. What changed is how much stress it can tolerate. In your 20s and 30s, your body had a wide margin for error. You could sleep poorly, eat inconsistently, skip meals, push through exhaustion, and still function. After 40, that margin shrinks. The same habits that once felt manageable now create symptoms: fatigue, weight gain, poor recovery, brain fog, low motivation. This isn't because you're weak. It's because your body became honest. After 40, your body stops pretending everything is fine. It starts sending clearer signals. And most people misinterpret those signals as decline, but they're not decline. They're feedback. One of the biggest misunderstandings about aging is that people think the body breaks down. It doesn't. It adapts. And adaptation requires different inputs. Here's something almost no one explains. After 40, your body becomes more sensitive to stress. Not emotional stress alone. All stress. Poor sleep is stress. Skipping meals is stress. Rushing in the morning is stress. Caffeine overload is stress. Constant noise and stimulation is stress. Your body doesn't separate them. Stress is stress. And when stress accumulates faster than recovery can clear it, the body switches modes. It moves from performance to protection. Protection looks like this: lower energy, reduced motivation, increased fat storage, slower metabolism, poor sleep. Not because your body hates you, because it's trying to keep you alive. This is where people go wrong. They feel worse and decide they need to try harder. They eat less, train harder, add more caffeine, push through fatigue. That strategy worked when recovery was fast. After 40, it backfires because force increases stress, and stress tells the body to hold energy, not release it. This is why fat gain and fatigue always appear together. Low energy plus stubborn weight is not a coincidence. It's a pattern. When your body feels unsafe, it stores fuel. Fat is not the enemy. Fat is insurance. Most people fight their body when their body is trying to protect them, and the harder they fight, the stronger the resistance becomes. Now that you understand how your body communicates after 40, let's explore the internal systems that drive these changes. Hormones are the silent conductors of your energy, weight, and motivation. Cortisol, insulin, thyroid hormones, and growth hormone all play pivotal roles. When stress accumulates, whether from poor sleep, skipped meals, or overexertion, these hormones signal the body to conserve energy, slow metabolism, and store fat. Let's start with cortisol. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone. When cortisol spikes repeatedly, it tells the body, there is danger, hold energy, slow recovery. This is why chronic fatigue and stubborn weight gain appear together. You might think you're doing everything right, but if your cortisol is elevated consistently, your efforts are working against your own system. Insulin is another key player. It regulates blood sugar and fat storage. When you skip meals, overconsume processed carbs, or eat at irregular times, insulin spikes. Over time, your cells become less sensitive to insulin. This resistance makes it easier to gain fat and harder to lose it, even if you think you're eating less than before. Growth hormone and testosterone also decline naturally after 40, but lifestyle has a huge influence. Poor sleep, chronic stress, and overtraining accelerate this decline. This isn't inevitable. You can support your hormones with consistent sleep, proper nutrition, and movement that aligns with your recovery needs. Nutrition is where most people trip up. After 40, your body's ability to process sugar and recover from meals changes. That means what worked in your 20s and 30s often backfires now. Simple changes like prioritizing protein at breakfast, adding fiber, and balancing fats with carbohydrates make a massive difference. Protein stabilizes blood sugar, builds and preserves muscle, and keeps energy steady. Fiber slows sugar absorption, reducing insulin spikes. Healthy fats fuel energy and support hormone production. Caffeine and sugar deserve a special mention. Excessive caffeine in the morning spikes cortisol before your body is ready. Sugary breakfasts create quick energy, followed by crashes that drain motivation. The combination creates a cycle. You chase energy, crash, and crave more stimulants. Breaking that cycle starts with predictable meals, hydration, and balanced nutrition. Movement is another pillar that must adapt. High-intensity workouts and long cardio sessions may have worked in your 20s, but after 40, they can drain recovery. Walking, gentle strength training, mobility work, and functional movement are far more effective. The goal is consistency, not exhaustion. Small daily movements compound into massive improvements in circulation, metabolism, and brain function. This is where people feel relief for the first time in years. They stop fighting their body, and their body stops fighting back. You don't need perfection. You don't need extremes. You don't need guilt. You need alignment. When you work with your body's new rules, clarity returns, energy stabilizes, weight becomes manageable, and you begin to feel like yourself again. Most people sabotage their energy in the first hour of the day. They wake up already stressed. They grab their phone. They rush. They flood their system with caffeine before giving it fuel. This spikes stress hormones before the body's ready. After 40, mornings set the tone for the entire day. Calm mornings create steady energy. Chaotic mornings create crashes. Sleep also changes after 40. Not because you need less sleep, but because stress disrupts depth. Inconsistent bedtimes, late screens, late meals, late stimulation, all signal alertness when the body needs safety. Sleep doesn't improve with force, it improves with rhythm. Movement must also change. Punishing workouts drain recovery reserves. Walking becomes powerful. Gentle strength becomes effective. Consistency beats intensity. The goal is no longer exhaustion. The goal is tomorrow's energy. Every habit you implement after 40 should be evaluated through the lens of alignment with your body's capacity. Are you fueling recovery or are you adding stress? Are you prioritizing alignment over extremes? The difference between someone who feels vibrant at 40 plus and someone who struggles is often small, consistent choices implemented daily. Now that we've explored hormones, nutrition, movement, and recovery, it's time to translate that knowledge into actionable daily habits. The key principle is alignment. Aligning your routines with your body's needs instead of fighting against them. Morning sets the tone for the entire day. The first hour after waking is the most critical. Avoid rushing, phones, and excessive caffeine. Instead, hydrate immediately. Water replenishes fluids lost overnight, supports metabolism, and helps the brain function optimally. Consistency compounds over time. You don't need extremes. You don't need perfection. What you need is alignment. When your habits align with your body's natural rhythm, transformation becomes inevitable. Energy returns, motivation grows. Fat becomes manageable. Sleep improves. Recovery accelerates. And most importantly, you begin to feel like yourself again. Let's pause and emphasize this. Your body is not broken. It is communicating. It is responding intelligently to the environment, habits, and stress you create. Listening to these signals instead of forcing outcomes is the key to thriving after 40. Every step you take toward alignment is a step toward freedom from fatigue, frustration, and inconsistency. Each small habit compounds into massive, visible, and tangible change. Finally, remember this. It is never too late to reclaim your energy, your health, and your life. Start today. Implement small, predictable habits, respect your body's signals, and watch the transformation unfold. You are not failing. You are simply learning to work with your body. And that is the foundation of thriving after 40. This is your guide to sustainable energy, motivation, and health, built to last for years to come. Take a deep breath, pause, and commit to the process. Because once you align your daily habits with your body's wisdom, you will never look back.